Hey guys, in this position world champion Tigran Petrosian as white played the surprising move queen takes f6. As you can see, white pieces are more or less active, however they are not particularly aggressive right now. So my question is this sacrifice winning the game? Is this just some sacrifice to get some sort of compensation? Or is this just a blunder? We're going to analyze that very soon, but first let's see how they got this position on the board. Keep watching. So Petrosian was playing as white, as Pachman was playing as black. So knight f3 was played, c5 controlling the center, g3 to develop the bishop over the fianchetto, knight c6, bishop g2, g6, white castles, bishop g7, d3 to develop the dark square as bishop. Black continues here with e6, and then e4, knight g e7 and rook e1, black castles and e5. And here we have this position. I think this belongs to the theory of King's Indian attack. In this position, black continues with d6 and white captures the pawn on d6. Queen takes d6, and this interesting move for white, knight b d2. This move is interesting because the knight could go now over e4, c4, or even b3. In the game, Pachman plays queen c7 and Petrosian is playing knight b3, targeting the pawn on c5. In this position, the best move for black was b6, just protecting the pawn. However, I guess Pachman didn't see it very clear as the bishop is in this diagonal and he didn't want to weaken that line. So he's playing here knight d4, which is a little dubious actually. The problem is that now the queen has to stay protecting that pawn on c5. For example, here Petrosian develops and attacks at the same time, and black needs to move the queen but stay protecting c5. So probably queen b6 is one of the only moves black can play here, and the game continues with knight e5, just improving the knight but also clearing the line for the bishop, which is going to be a great piece in this diagonal. In the game, black takes on b3, and of course we will recapture very soon with the a pawn. But first we can play this in between knight c4, targeting the queen and also controlling very well this square. This is a weak square in black's territory, so it's very well for white to control it with minor pieces. We could be using that square in the future, like knight d6 or bishop d6. Well, the queen goes here to b5, and now we capture, of course, from the edge to the center, and also we are opening this file for the rook. Black continues here with a5. There were some threats like rook a5, getting the pawn on c5. So black needs to play here a5, and Petrosian plays this annoying move bishop d6, pinning the knight. The best move in this position for black was just rook e8. However, in the game, Pachman is just playing bishop f6. The problem is that now this bishop is exposed here, so there is this nice move, queen f3, attacking that bishop. Remember, this knight is now dependent on the bishop, so black cannot just play any move. So they need to play here king g7, protecting f6. And well, something very interesting in this game is that the sacrifice queen takes bishop was already working, basically with the same ideas we will see in the next move. In the game, Petrosian didn't see it so clear, and he just plays rook e4, improving this rook a little more. And after rook e4, Pachman plays rook d8. Probably a good idea was to play knight d5, giving the exchange, but avoiding any kind of sacrifice on f6. However, that position could be lost for black anyway. Well, in the game, after rook e4, black just plays rook d8, and this is the position we had at the beginning of the video. Here Petrosian sacrifices his queen on f6, a little surprisingly, and of course black needs to take the queen, and we continue here with bishop e5. The king comes to g5, and this is a very special moment of this game. In this position, it is white to move. Pause the video if you want, so you find the move Petrosian played here. I will say it and will explain it right now. The move Petrosian is playing here is this subtle but very strong, fantastic bishop g7. The idea with this move is to make sure black king is not escaping back to some safe square behind the pawns. Of course, this move is amazing because we have a queen down, so we are supposed to give checks, take the initiative, create threats. However, instead of that, we just play a slow move like bishop g7, controlling everything over here, but making sure black king has to stay out there, exposed. And in the next moves, we will have checks with the pawns, also with minor pieces and the rook. So basically, black is lost in this position, even when they have the queen up. They don't have a way to stop the threats. In this position, Pachman resigns, but we can analyze some defensive ideas. For example, after something like knight f5, now we could just continue with h4, and maybe black sacrifices here. We take, and here there are two moves, king f5 or king h5. After both of them, we will have mate with the bishop. So after, for example, king here, bishop a3 is just checkmate. Also, another defensive move here could be this e5, trying to control some things with the bishop, but this is not really doing too much. In this position, white could just play h4, and when the king moves, then the light square's bishop is going to be checking and winning the game. So for example, king h5, bishop here, and bishop g4, bishop takes bishop with checkmate. The question for today: could you find the subtle move bishop g7? Let me know in the comments. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Help my channel with some like if it was like that. Subscribe so you get notifications for my next videos. Never stop believing. See you in the next.